Alrighty. Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
So good to see you guys all on here. I'm so excited. Well, we're really both so excited to be able to jump on here. I mean, how cool is technology just to be able to jump on just like this and speak to however many of you are on here. Look, we are so excited and so grateful that you've taken time out of your day, out of your night to jump on and hear a bit about our story. A story and a journey that for us over the last 4 years has profoundly changed our life, an opportunity that came into our life completely unexpected and completely sideswiped us, but truly has totally transformed the trajectory of our life. And so just before we kick it off, you're going to see, our story, you're going to see our photos, you're going to see our life, but it's so important to remember and it's so important to note before we do go into it that we are just normal people. We're just normal people that said yes to an opportunity. And this opportunity doesn't claim to, make you rich and famous overnight. It takes a lot of work. And what you're going to get out of this opportunity if you do pursue it is exactly what you put into it. So, there's nothing here that's a flash in the pan. There's no magic. It just is what it is. And what you put into it's what you're going to get out of it. So we're going to share our screen with you guys and let's kick on into it. Alrighty, amazing. So this is us, and I'm sure that you would have seen in one way, shape or form this flyer, and that's how you're on the call tonight. And as I said, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity that changed our life. And as you can see, we went from helicopter pilot to solicitor to creating a global online business and quadrupling our income in just 4 years. And why are we running the webinar? Well, simply because if someone hadn't have shared this information with us, then we'd probably still be in those professions. And, we definitely wouldn't have the life and we wouldn't have the relationship and we wouldn't have the income and the impact that we have now just in 4 short years. So I'd really love to start it with, who am I firstly, and then, who's Adam, he's going to go into it. But who am I? My name's Bianca, and, just 4 short years ago, I was living and working in Australia. I just newly graduated from university. I spent 6 years at uni to obtain my degree as a criminal solicitor. And, I really worked hard for that degree and I was really proud of that degree. But one thing that I quickly noticed as I transitioned into that career is that it really was a career inside a box. And I was overworked, I was underpaid, I wasn't lit up, I wasn't fulfilled, I wasn't making a huge impact, I wasn't living that life that I thought was possible, for me, and that I did see other people living. And I was sitting there scratching my head like, how are people doing it? So I was always someone that wanted more. I just didn't really know how to get it. And, this rat race and this wheel of just doing the same thing day in and day out in that corporate crazy world, it really led me to a place where, this was me. This is what I look like. As I said, was burnt out, stressed out, overworked, underpaid, surviving on coffee. And I'd actually stacked on the weight as a result of that lifestyle. And I was sitting at 25 kgs heavier than what I am now. And, complete mind fog. I didn't have that mental clarity. I didn't have that energy. And so I was really looking for something. I needed a change and I was really looking for it.
Wow. So for me, I'm going to take you guys back to how I felt leaving high school and going into the big wide world. I left high school and I had basically university laid out in front of me. I had my parents telling me what to do at university. Dad was pretty adamant that he wanted me to be an accountant, even though I had zero interest in maths throughout my entire life. I had showed zero interest in maths, and Dad was like, "You're going to be an accountant like me." And I was like, "No, I'm not." and then all these other courses at university just did not appeal to me at that stage in my life. And so I went on this rampage after high school where I was trying to find a job that suited what I was passionate about. This is me. This is me straight after high school as a gym receptionist at YMCA in Auckland City. right? I found out very, very quickly that I wasn't going to really get far or get to where I wanted to be as a gym receptionist. So I quit and I tried something new. I tried underground drilling. So this is me working in Auckland City all those years ago as an underground driller. I actually tried over a period of time 18 different jobs. And I had this routine where I was trying to figure out what it was that I could do that would allow me to wake up every day and do what I wanted when I wanted, right? But I just didn't know how to make it work. I didn't know what was going to get me there. So I tried the next thing, driving trucks, and found out really quickly that that wasn't going to get me to the lifestyle I wanted to either, right? And so I was on this journey. Every single time I was in a job, I was looking at someone who had 10, 20 years experience in that job. And I was looking at the lifestyle that they were living. And very quickly I'd find out that they were 20 years ahead of me in that job, and they weren't living the life that I had envisioned for myself. So I went on to the next one. This is me as a corporate worker in the city of Auckland. I tried the corporate life. That didn't work out for me. I couldn't stand sitting at a desk all day. I could not stand it. So I tried something else. I tried being a landscaper. And so all of these different jobs kept showing me the same outcome. I was capped on where I could live because I had to be near work. I was getting capped on what I could earn. The only way to earn more was to trade more time, right? And the only way to gain more time, right, was to release money. So if I wanted more time in my life, I had to stop working as much. And if I stopped working as much, I stopped earning as much, right? And so there was all of these limitations that were inside of that I didn't know how to deal with. So I thought it would be genius of me to become a helicopter pilot. And here's me, right, about 6 years ago, getting accepted into flight school. I spent $110,000 to become a helicopter pilot, and I thought I had cracked it, right? I thought I had basically found my dream, and here's me flying above the sky tower with one of my good friends, Sam. And I was getting ready to settle. I was really getting ready to settle into that job. And over time, that settling led me to this, where I was lacking in energy. I was in the worst shape of my life that I'd ever been in, and I didn't know what to do about it. And it was at that stage where someone introduced us to a beautiful company called Isogenics, and they introduced us to the nutrition systems that Isogenics provides. And they also introduced us to the network marketing opportunity, right? The first step was to get started on the products. And after we looked into it, and after we saw a bunch of other people's results that resonated with Bianca and I, we got started. We jumped on the products and we put them to the test, and we started to see results, right? We started training alongside them. We trained with like-minded people, right? Who wanted the result, who wanted the same healthy lifestyle that we wanted, right? And 4 months later, the results were mind-blowing for us. Mind-blowing.
To say the least. To
say the least. I had gained 9 kilos in muscle mass. I had dropped 16% body fat and grown one of the most mammoth dense beards that you'll ever come across in your day-to-day life.
I mean, ladies, what's not to like?
And so I was stoked. I could not believe what these products had done for me. And then wait till you see Bianca. She completely transformed in front of everyone's eyes. She lost 25 kilos in that 4 months. I can see people writing in the chat. Yeah, wow, right? Like, it's insane. She's still the same girl, same personality, right? But just looks completely different. Chuck a yes in the chat if you guys would agree that these products have completely changed us from the outside and the inside. Guys, and so these photos, yes, they show an incredible physical transformation, right? But what it doesn't show is the energy that we've gained. You can probably hear it in our voice, the energy, the vitality, the mental clarity that came with it. Like, these products change the game for us on a day-to-day basis, right? And
we didn't know what we didn't know, right? We didn't know that we would necessarily lacking it from the nutrition. We didn't realize that just such a simple tweak in our nutrition would completely overhaul so many other areas of our life. So
100%. So we became very intrigued by the opportunity that was network marketing. We became very open to it because we could see that the products obviously worked. And so we were like, well, this is going to be easy to talk to people about because the results are just so palpable, right? And so what is network marketing? That was kind of our first question. We'd never really heard of it before. Network marketing is something that all of us do anyway, right? Think to yourself as you're sitting there listening to this, have you ever recommended anything to anyone?
Even chuck it in the chat if you
have.
What have you
chuck it in the chat. Have you ever recommended something to someone?
What are things you consistently recommend to people?
I would even go as far as saying, have you ever gone a week in your life since the day you could talk where you haven't recommended something to someone every single week, at least? Right? We are born to do it. I know you guys are all agreeing. I can see the head nods. You know, we were born to do, we already all do network marketing. Bianca and I didn't realize this. Network marketing is just people helping people. We do network marketing with everything. We do network marketing with the right restaurants, the right movies to see, the right barbers to go to, the right beauty therapists to go to, right? We do it all the time where we recommend these things. And why do we recommend them? Is because we want others to have as good of an experience on that product or service as we have, right? And so that is what network marketing is. It's people helping people. But then our next question was, well, why? Why network marketing? Well, specifically with Isagenix, what we tap into is the weight management, energy, performance, and the health and vitality market trends, right? And $279 billion a year gets spent on those 4 solutions.
Did you say billion with a B?
Yeah, $279 billion every year gets spent on weight management, energy, performance, and health and vitality solutions. So that proves that people are out there looking for this. People are out there trying to find solutions in these 4 categories. But yet, right below it, as you can see, disease and obesity is on the rise year upon year. Right? So that doesn't match up. If people are spending $279 billion on health solutions, why is disease and obesity getting worse and worse? Well, would you guys agree that there's so many things inside of that $279 billion that don't work or don't do what they say they're going to do?
Or aren't a beautiful, sustainable, nourishing lifestyle as well, which is something that I'm hugely passionate about.
So there could be things in there that do work, but they aren't sustainable. They aren't maintainable, right? And so would you guys agree that if you come across something in that's inside of that $279 billion market that is healthy, that works, and that is sustainable and maintainable, that you're onto something? 100% you're onto something if you find that. Damn straight. And so those are the markets, but yet we also align with the e-commerce online industry, which is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And get this stat blows me away. It's the only multi-trillion-dollar industry that's projected to grow at a double-digit percentage for the foreseeable future. Guys, it's already mind-blowing if $1 billion industry grows at a double-digit percentage year upon year, let alone $1 trillion industry growing at a double-digit percentage, which is 10% or more every year. And that's how Isagenix products, and that's how we are distributing our products in network marketing. We tap into that online market. But what's online doing, right? As you see there, redundancy. It's projected, right, in the next 10 to 20 years, world-leading financial experts are projecting that 50% of jobs will be automated or have gone online.
Chuck into the chat if you've experienced that.
Yeah.
You know someone who's been made redundant, or maybe you yourself, or you've seen an increase in automation, maybe even in your own workplace. I know for us, you know, if you go into supermarkets, if you go into the banks, it's like you're greeted by a big machine these days. It's not even a person.
100%, right? And so what are these people going to do, right, when they get made redundant? They're going to want to try and find something that can help them with a low risk, network marketing, incredibly low to no risk,
massive tick,
right? They're going to try and find something that they can align with that fits in all of the growing trends, right? That they can align with and use their work ethic to get them back to the lifestyle that they lost through redundancy and automation. They're going to come flooding into this industry in the next 10 to 20 years. And you guys are all on this webinar or listening to this recording, finding out about this now.
And this is what we heard about 4 years ago, and that's why it made just
it
so
all
much
is
sense
clicking.
to us.
When our friend told us about this 4 years ago, everything was clicking into place for us. And we hope that we deliver this for you guys tonight. So the next thing, social media. 2.2 billion active users on Facebook monthly, 800 million active users on Instagram monthly. I know all of you guys are going, well, this makes sense, right? Because everyone's just doing it, right? And then there's 2.5 billion people out there who will own a cell phone by 2019. Guys, that's almost 50% of the world that will be contactable 24/7. What does that mean? Guys, there has never been a part of history or a time in history where the world has been this easily contactable and this easily reachable 24/7. You could send a text message or a Facebook message to someone in India or the UK, right, or vice versa, and it would be in their inbox within a couple of seconds.
Well, look at us now, right? We've got
look at us
people
now.
From all around the
We're
world
on an online
here.
webinar. There's almost 70 people on here, right, from different parts of the world. We can already see just from the people that we can see, there's different countries that people have tuned in from. Online and social media is absolutely changing the game, right? So with network marketing, you get to utilize social media as a free place to brand yourself and brand your lifestyle and brand what you're doing. Chuck a yes in the chat if you can see that that's what people out there are already doing on Facebook and Instagram. Chuck a yes in the chat if you can agree.
Right? They're walking around like looking.
100%. Right? So with network marketing, you get the freedom of creativity of running a business without the stress. Think of this, 50% of small business owners that aren't in network marketing, those small businesses out there, they fail, 50% of them, half of them fail within the first 5 years. Now that is a terrifying stat. Right? We get the freedom of creativity in this business without that stat and that stress. We have one overhead to stay in business, and that's our food that we eat, which is the products. All we need to do to stay in business is order the products. Any business owner out there who's listening to this will know about overheads, and they'll hear that and go, wow, that's incredible, right? And you have no boss and no employees.
Where does that happen?
That doesn't happen out there. You don't have any boss and you don't have any employees. It's just you and your work ethic. That's it. It's just you and your work ethic, and you can take it to whatever height you want. And then the last point is residual income. The best way I can explain residual income, and the most, applicable way that you guys will be able to understand if you haven't heard of residual income before, is Michael Jackson, right? He's done the work once. He's created his songs, right? And he's passed away, but he is still getting paid. His trust, the Michael Jackson Trust, is still getting paid based on the work he had done previously. Every single time one of his songs gets purchased, he or his trust makes an income, right? And his songs can be purchased online. Every time the radio stations play it, he makes a royalty off of that. That's residual income, right? In network marketing, every single time with Isagenix, one of our products gets ordered by our customers, we get paid, just like Michael Jackson does, right? That's how residual income works. So you do the work once to set up that customer, and they keep ordering, you keep getting paid.
And they have a relationship with the company as well, which is really important to note. So,
so guys, I'm just going to finish off on residual income by saying that basically, when you get people started, there is no cap on how many of them you can get started, which vice versa means that there is no cap on how much weekly income you can make in that residual form at all. No cap. The only cap is how many people out there need these solutions. Well, $279 billion say that there's a lot, right? And that's just growing every single year. So residual income, absolute game changer.
Absolute game changer. So you saw what the products, you heard kind of where we were at, you saw what the products did for us, and then we heard all of these stats, and you know, to be honest, there was just nothing that we could fault. Like, it just made sense. We were already in love with the product. We knew that the only way that other people could find and have experience on the products was through us sharing. So that's exactly what we got to work at doing. You know, we shared it on online webinars like this. We got really excited. We were sharing it literally in the pockets of our life. We still had our jobs. You know, we still obviously had our full-time schedule, but we were sharing it after work. We were sharing it before work. We were sharing it in bed, as you can see, with Uber Eats, because ain't nobody got time to cook when you're building an empire, right? Like, we were sharing it. We were getting together with people. We were starting to have these small gatherings of people, like-minded people who saw the same vision as us, who saw how much this just made sense. You eat the food, you share the food, you help other people do the same. You start to earn an income for yourself. And so these smaller gatherings grew. And, you know, we started to do them at our house, and more people started to hear about it. More people were cottoning on to, you know, these guys are not only changing their life, but there's other people that are jumping on the bandwagon. And, you know, from that, it started to grow. Don't get me wrong, we've been doing this for 4 years now, but we started to, you know, not have enough space in the lounge room, where we started to host events in venues. We started to pack out venues. We just continued to share. We got asked to speak on stages to larger groups. We got asked to, you know, this is, you know, when we were presenting, and it's been such an honor for us, and not just a physical journey and not just a financial journey, but it's been a massive personal development journey for us as well, in growing our skills with people and really being able to actually take control of our life. This is us in London when we were asked to go over and speak to, you know, over 1,000 people about what this opportunity is. That's how many people are hungry for something more. And the more we looked, the deeper we dug, the more we learnt, the more we grew ourselves, the more we started to see that this, you know, and really pursuing this opportunity with network marketing solely rather than part-time just made perfect sense for us, for our lifestyle and what we wanted. And, you know, it wasn't uncommon for us, you know, don't get me wrong, they call it network marketing. It's not just, you know, net scroll the internet and, you know, all your dreams are going to come true marketing. You know, it's work. It does take work, but it wasn't uncommon for us to drive, you know, literally from where we were living in Auckland, 5.5 hours, you know, to catch up. This is one of our beautiful friends, Lisa. We drove 5.5 hours one way and 5.5 hours back to share with her this opportunity, because she was hungry. She was hungry for it, and she wanted a life like, you know, the life that we were creating for ourselves. And so, moral of the story that Bianca was sharing, guys, is that it took work. That's basically it. We had to work on ourselves. I'm not a public speaker. I am now. Bianca wasn't a public speaker. She is now. We had to grow that skill because we wanted and we were hungry to talk to as many people as we could in the shortest space of time. And instead of speaking one-on-one, we could speak to crowds. But sometimes sometimes she could, like, for instance, Lisa couldn't make the event. So we actually drove down to meet her, to speak with her. And if we didn't, then this wouldn't have happened. Dang, 22 kilos. 22 kilos later, off she goes, right? Absolutely firing, right? And more people started to cotton on. More people started to jump on board as a result of our hard work. And we started to impact their lives in a massive way, right? These are all people across New Zealand, Australia, and our networks all around the world that have jumped on these products and had an absolutely incredible transformation. Personally, with us as well, not just. So this is Dinny from Taranaki. He went from a tired, stressed out business owner with messy hair to absolutely crushing triathlons, 20-something kilos down, absolutely looking amazing. The wellness aspect of it, cleansing out those impurities, getting rid of the bad stuff starts to help you glow on the outside, just like Holly experienced. Braden went through some tough health challenges, right? His body was drained through going through them, through chemo and things like that. And now look at him. He's absolutely thriving, stacked with muscle. Isogenics has absolutely helped him with his recovery and really getting back on the bandwagon. But the brilliance of network marketing, just as you're going through these results, the brilliance of network marketing is that people are having an experience and they're sharing that with others. And put into the chat if you guys agree that you're so much more likely to trust your friend or someone that you know when they share information with you, as opposed to, say, seeing something on a billboard. You know, all of a sudden people are transforming their life and they're out there in the world sharing, and we, the people, become the walking, talking billboards for people. And that's what started to happen as we were, you know, sharing with more people, and they were changing their life. It's literally the ripple effect.
And then people started to notice what we were doing. Not only notice, but reward us for the impact that we were having. Isagenix reached out to us and they sent us email after email after email saying, please turn up to this event because you're being recognized on stage as a young six-figure earner in the company. You're being recognized on stage as a start ambassador, which means that you're in the age bracket of 18 to 35, making a multiple six-figure income in Isagenix, and you're young and you're making a ripple effect throughout your network, showing people what's possible in the online world of network marketing. This is us in Las Vegas receiving our Start Ambassadors Award.
Yeah, this
is us on the same stage receiving a President's Quest Award for a competition that we won.
It was just so different to the corporate world that we'd known, where it was competition over collaboration. And network marketing, what we started to see was that you're constantly raised up to go after what it is that you want. You're constantly poured back into by either the people around you or, you know, obviously for us specifically, Isagenix and the company. It's like at every opportunity, you're just risen up. And of course that causes you to want to change more and help more people. And that's exactly what we kept doing.
And guys, we started to see ourselves becoming recognized on a global scale. Out of over 700,000 associates worldwide, Bianca and I, what you can see on this photo here is we were awarded the #1 position as top income earners for the 18 to 25 age bracket globally, right? And to us, that wasn't a small feat, because remember, we were getting paid in residual income. So residual income, you do the work once, then get paid for that work over and over and over again. You get paid it while you sleep. You get paid it while you travel. It is classed as freedom income. That's why it was such a big deal to us, right? We were building this freedom income. And so what do you do? What would you do? Chuck in the chat. What would you do if you were starting to earn money while you slept and earn money while you traveled?
And you had your time back again.
And you had your time back. You no longer had to be anywhere. You were completely location free. Your entire income was online. Right? What would you do? As you're chucking in the chat, here's what we did.
Sayonara.
We took off. We packed our bags and we gassed it. Right? We gapped it all around the world. We took 13 months and we saw 13 different countries. Right? We brought our laptops with us and our cell phones, of course, which meant that we could do this along the way.
That's what network marketing provides. The freedom to work from where you want, sailing Croatia, you know, impacting people along the way.
Still getting paid, by the way. We didn't go over there because of the residual income. It kept coming in. It kept coming in. And actually, we started to mentor others. Every single person in this photo is people who we've personally mentored to their own freedom income. And so they joined us in Greece. For those of you that have been to Santorini, you know that they've got all those quad bikes and you hoon around on Santorini. Here's us doing exactly that, right? And guys, it is not a small opportunity. This was last week's pay, right? It is not a small opportunity, right? This was last week. So we had obviously gone and traveled for those 13 months, right? Our business had doubled as a result of that. Our income had doubled as a result of that because we were still working along the way. We were 13 countries richer. We were multiple experiences richer, right? We had expanded our network through all the people that we had met, and we came back home and we were still earning an income like this.
How old are you?
I just turned 27.
And I'm 28.
Guys, this is 100% life-changing income. It's 100% life-changing opportunity, right? And anyone can do it. Anyone. Anyone watching this recording, anyone you send it to, Any single person can do this.
And you don't have to have any kind of qualification. The thing that I just love so much about network marketing, because guys, I'm sure we can all agree, right? Social media is blowing up. There's people all over the internet these days that every second person is an influencer, a blogger, you know, sponsored by this and affiliate marketing this and all the rest of it. But residual income is real life. It's a real profession. Network marketing is a profession. It's not just smoke and mirrors, you know, post a couple of things on social media and hope that people click on your link. This is an income. This is a legacy that you can create, that you can leave, that is going to reoccur, that is going to keep paying you regardless of where you are. Of course, you put in the work, but it keeps paying you. It's actually something tangible that if Instagram went tomorrow, you could trust and know that you've built something solid and stable for yourself and your family. And that is what is so powerful. And that's what we're so passionate about gifting to people, is a tangible asset that they can actually run with. And it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter who you are. You can do it. Anyone can do it.
Everyone needs health. Everyone needs good health, sustainable health, and a convenient nutrition system. That's what we provide. And in turn, we get paid for that. Anyone can do this, guys. The only thing you need is a cell phone and a burning desire to live a life with no limits. That's it. That's it. There's no smoke and mirrors. I wouldn't just say that. All you need is a cell phone and a burning desire to live a life with no limits, right? I'll add something onto that. And as a part of that burning desire, you've got to have a big work ethic, right? You can't just jump in and twinkle your toes, you know, and twiddle your thumbs and hope that you're going to end up with the same result. No, you saw all those presentations, right? You saw all of that speaking. You saw all of those things that we did, right? We spent years building this up, right? But is it worth it? Heck yes, it is, right? We're the freest, the happiest, we're living the most abundant life that we've ever thought that we could live. And we're only just getting started. We're only 4 years in.
We have a full-time relationship, which is crazy for most people. To be a full-time relationship or a full-time family, to be able to actually have that and still earn an income and not have to sacrifice one thing or the other. Inside of this, you can have your health, you can have your friends, you can have the impact, you can have the contribution, you can have the income, you can have the growth, you can have the development. You literally can have it all. And, you know, something that my dear grandfather used to say to me is, you know, darling, you've got to work hard at something. Just make sure what you're working hard at is going to be worth it. Make sure you're getting that return on investment. Make sure that your ladder is up against the wall that's actually going to give you what you want.
Chuck a yes in the chat if you guys agree with what Bianca just said. Do you agree that if you want to make it in life, you have to be willing to work hard? At anything. If you want to make it at anything, you've got to be willing to work hard. It's the same with this. But what I'll add to that is make sure that what you're working hard at is going to get you to where you want to be in life. Because some people, and I was one of them, and Bianca was one of them,
Definitely.
Some people are just working every single day. And if you actually ask them, is that work that you're doing eventually going to have you in 5-10 years time, or how long is it going to be until you can be free every single day doing whatever you want? Well, if you would have asked me that 4 years ago as a helicopter pilot, the answer was never.
I probably would have laughed.
She was like, Bianca would have said, what do you mean free every single day?
Is that what the point of working is? I missed the memo.
Right. So guys, with this, if you work hard at it, you can be free every single day. It's exactly what we've been experiencing, and we're only just getting started. So how do you get started? It's easy. Just simply ask the person who invited you onto this webinar to show you how you can get started. It's as simple as that. Just ask them and they will show you how you can get your ball rolling, right? And guys, before we wrap it up, I just want to remind you, look at these two. Look at these two. We didn't know about network marketing. We didn't know about these products. And we were in a position where we were looking for something and we needed something. Someone had to talk to us about this, right? And we are just two normal people who decided to go for it. That's it. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for tuning in, sticking with us on this webinar. We really appreciate it. We loved it. We were so excited, right? And so if you do have any questions for us specifically, just simply go back to the person who got you onto this webinar, and they will highly likely be able to answer those exact questions that you may have for us. All right, so go back, ask them how to get started, and we'll see you guys on the next one. All right, lots of love.
Lots of love, guys.
See you guys.